Milka over here
is turning 10 years old.
and she is amazingly healthy. She's got none of the Frenchie typical problems that Frenchies often deal with, and we're very grateful for her health. She's super agile, super happy and healthy. And today in this video, I am going to show you and explain to you everything that Milka eats in one day with all the treats, all the meals, all the supplements. I'll show you and I'll explain to you why we feed those things, because everything has a purpose. You ready to eat? Mwah. All right, so Milka has been raw fed ever since she has been 1 year old, and it has honestly been an amazing journey for her. She's never had any problems, and we believe that raw feeding, a really good quality raw pet food, is one of the reasons why she is so healthy today. We have been switching through different brands. We fed a different brand when we were in Dubai, now we're in the USA. And we generally try to stick to pasture-raised meats and poultry. So that means that the animals have lived in life outdoors, they've seen the sun, they've breathed fresh air. So the meat quality is generally going to be better. But yeah, at the moment we're feeding Solutions pet food. We also right now, because we're traveling, we do feed a lot of green ginger freeze-dried raw as well, just because it's a lot more convenient while you're traveling. But today she is eating Solutions. And yeah, we've got them here already defrosted. So just gonna make her food now. Super easy, honestly. Like these sliders, she eats around 4 to 5 sliders per meal. And it's so easy to defrost and just serve. Very convenient. I do like to push it in here a little bit to make it a little bit harder for her to eat, and it's more of like an experience. We really do love feeding from licky mats. So licky mats are actually really amazing as a slow feeder, but also for mental engagement. The active licking actually helps pets relieve stress. So it's a great natural stress relief that we do with her every time we feed her from a licky mat. All right, now let's talk about supplements. We add functional natural supplements to every single meal of Milka, and that is not because her meals are not complete and balanced. That is not the case. We add supplements for purpose. Every supplement has a specific purpose. So I'm going to show you the supplements that she's on right now, and I'm going to tell you the purpose on why she's on them. So let's start with the bone broth that we're adding to, or actually it's not a bone broth, it's a mushroom broth, crude carnivore. And this one is really amazing because it adds moisture to the food. This isn't so important if you're feeding raw food, but it is very important if you're feeding dry food to your pet. Moisture is a big part of their natural diet, so adding moisture back to the dry food already enhances their food dramatically. Now with the mushroom broth, medicinal mushrooms have so many incredible health benefits. One being immunity, cancer prevention, all these things. We actually have a DIY recipe. If you want to make your own mushroom broth, click up here. It's a free DIY recipe. So today we're taking the one from Crude Carnivore and adding that to the food. All right, staying on the topic of medicinal mushrooms, I'm also adding 2 medicinal mushroom tinctures to her food by Myco Dog. One is the Vitality. This one is really amazing, again, for cancer prevention and autoimmune disease prevention. You can also use these if you have a pet who already has these concerns. But we really take a proactive approach with our dog Milka, so she's getting these even if there's nothing wrong with her. These are actually 2 of my favorite supplements right now. All of the other ones from Myco Dog as well, honestly, because medicinal mushrooms are so incredibly healthy for pets. And I love the fact that they are combining multiple different medicinal mushrooms into one tincture. So that means, like, for example, for me, because we've been traveling so much with Milka, we're really cutting down on the different supplements that she's getting right now. So we're just focusing on the most important ones. And these 2 are definitely in those most important ones. Yeah, they're so versatile. So the Clarity that we're also using for her, it's also a medicinal mushroom supplement tincture. And this one really supports the nervous system. And yeah, just brain health, cognitive health is something that we're working on proactively as she ages to make sure that her mental abilities stay strong. These are also triple extracted. So first of all, they are grown in real forests. So they are not grown inside a lab. They are triple extracted, which is also really important because triple extraction processes will actually have much more diversity as far as beneficial medicinal mushroom compounds. So we really prefer the tinctures from Milka, and ourselves for a matter of fact. All right, also into her breakfast is going to go the Wolf Pre and Probiotic by The Roots by Adored Beast. Pre and probiotics are one of the top staples that we give our dog every single day, because gut health is so important when it comes to overall health. Over 80% of the immune system lays inside the gut. So if the gut is unhealthy, it has effects on the entire body, on the immune system, even on mental health and things like that due to the gut-brain axis. So probiotics, super staple in Milka's diet. We rotate through them, so when it comes to probiotics, it is important to get a product that has multiple different strains of beneficial probiotics. The Wolf is the world's only probiotic that has ancestral strains that are native to wolves, and this is the beneficial bacteria that actually is inside of a wolf's gut, which is super exciting because our dogs have been very far removed from the wolves, of course, but their DNA is still so similar to each other, like 99 point something percentage. So it is very amazing to be able to add beneficial wolf strains to our dog's diet, which makes their gut more resilient. So yeah, this is a liquid dropper, and Milka gets 10 drops of this. So this supplement literally lasts us like 6 months or longer. So it looks small, but it just lasts so long. All right, the last thing I'm gonna add to her breakfast this morning is liver tonic. And liver tonic is super, super important for us right now because as she's aging, we wanna support her liver and her kidney, again, proactively. This is also a product that you can use if your pet already has liver and kidney problems, but we are working on prevention over here, so we use this honestly on a daily basis just because supporting liver and kidney is so important. You know, our dogs are bombarded with so many toxins on a daily basis. We live a very toxin-free life. Like, we don't give Milka any flea and tick products, we don't give her any deworming, we don't like spray the lawn or anything, but that doesn't mean that neighbors don't spray their lawn, right? So she does get natural alternatives when it comes to natural flea and tick prevention and natural deworming. So we also have a video on that if you're interested. Just through regular life, our dogs are bombarded with toxins and their livers do need extra help. So liver tonic is the way that we support her liver and her kidney. Now I am going to leave the food out on the counter for around 15 minutes because we do feed her at room temperature. A lot of dogs actually don't like eating cold food, and yeah, we try not to do that with her. Letting it warm up to room temperature is just more natural for them as well. All right, so we do like to feed Milka in many different places. We don't feed her in the same place all the time. And also we feed her in open spaces. So we don't feed her facing exactly toward the wall because dogs actually want to know their surroundings. They'll feel much more relaxed. It's a much better eating experience if they can be aware of their surroundings. So yeah, we always make sure there's lots of open space when she eats. So yeah, as you can see, like Milka will spend a good 15 minutes with this legumet even after she's done eating. You can really see how it helps her calm down, and she just loves it. It's actually also great for oral health because it scrapes off the bacteria from the tongue. So it's just an overall really great all-arounder. Also, if you think about it, our dogs were never designed to eat from bowls. So the problem with bowls is that a lot of times the bowls can obstruct the view of a dog, especially short-nosed dogs. They might not be able to see what's going on around them if they feed from bowls or eat from bowls. So if you have a picky dog, definitely try feeding in an open place and try feeding from a flat surface, such as a licky mat. Oftentimes that already does the trick. All right, Milka has had some time to digest her breakfast, and now it is time for a snack. So this is it. It is a rabbit foot with fur. I am going to explain why this is such an amazing treat and why you should definitely consider feeding treats with fur to your dog. So fur is a very, very natural part of our dog's diet, but there's actually benefits, health benefits in feeding fur to your animal, which is, number one, it helps clean the digestive tract, and it helps as a natural dewormer as well. And also it has some nutrients in there that are not commonly found in raw diets. So it is a very great addition to a raw diet or whatever diet you might be feeding, just because it makes whatever diet you're feeding closer to the natural diet of our dogs. And last but not least, of course, this includes bone. So bones are really great for scraping the tartar off the teeth. It's great for gum health, great for natural teeth cleaning. One more thing with any types of chews such as this, or also raw bones, raw meaty bones, I really love giving those outside, as long as you don't spray your yard with like pesticides and stuff. Feeding outside in the dirt is just great for the microbiome, and it also just helps keep any potential bacteria out of your house. Definitely do not feed raw meaty bones on couches or dog beds or furniture. So I'm sitting on the floor right next to Milka. Just one note, when you feed any type of raw meaty bones, or as this a dried bone, always monitor your dog. It's very important to always be there just in case, you know, something happens. Milka loves to gulp down the treats when they're still super big. So sometimes she'll just stand there and be like, and then I know, okay, I have to stick my fingers in her mouth so that she gulps it up and then she re-eats it. I know it's not really great. It doesn't really sound so yummy, but this is just, you know your dog, know what their habits are, and always be safe. All right, so we're about to go outside, and I always have my fanny pack with me when I go outside. I love it because I can put like treats up here, and up here is like dog bags, and then here's my phone. But anyway, I'm gonna stock up my treats in here, so I'm showing you like what I have. Milka absolutely loves farmhound. Like, she will do anything for farmhound's treats. So we always have to have them with us. I like to have 2 different treats with us because that way she never knows what she's getting. So yeah, but beef lung is one of her favorites. And then the beef strips I love because you can just so easily break them apart. So yeah, I'm just putting them in here. All right, now it's time for Milka's dental routine and CBD. So for her dental health, we do use the Dr. Judy Morgan dental spray. This is an all-natural spray that helps to remove plaque from the teeth, it helps to freshen the breath, and it helps to fight bacteria. So Milka, in the mouth, in the front, and the side, the other side. Good girl. Mwah. Good girl. And now with the CBD, we use the CBD from CBD Dog Health. They have different tinctures. We use the Ease and we use the Calm. The Calm we use mostly when we go outside with Milka. We always actually have the Calm with us. The Calm works really well keeping Milka calm and relaxed in like situations where we go to the restaurant with her, for example. But the Ease is a daily supplement for her. We do give it into the mouth. That's why I didn't put it into her food, because CBD actually gets absorbed much better when you put it directly onto the gums. And the Ease is great to help reduce inflammation in the body. We use it to help prevent IVDD injuries, and we also just use it for natural balanced inflammation in the body and for joint support. And I literally just open it. Milka loves CBD actually. Usually she flicks her lips. Milka, CBD? You want CBD? Squirt it into the mouth. Yummy, 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 yummy. And that is it for now, Milka. All right, so whenever possible, we also give Milka a midday snack of raw milk. So right now, because we have a freezer and all that, it is possible, so we got some. Let me show you. So from Solutions, we got the Tex sauce, which is raw goat milk, turmeric root, ginger root, and that's it. So raw milk is so healthy for pets, and yeah, it is a midday snack that we do like to give her. You can also, of course, add it to the meal itself as well, to the whatever you're feeding your pet. So that's enough. And giving it to Milka. All right, it is dinner time. I am going to feed Milka green ginger freeze-dried beef recipe. We have been feeding her a lot of the freeze-dried raw nowadays because we are traveling and it is just easier to keep freeze-dried raw on hand versus frozen raw. Basically, the difference between frozen raw and freeze-dried raw is that the freeze-dried raw has all of the moisture removed. So it is a dry product. It is just much, much healthier and much better quality than like a ultra processed kibble pet food. So this has only got the moisture removed, and it is a limited ingredient diet. So it is great for pets that have sensitivities. It's even amazing for elimination diets. Like if you were to have to do an elimination diet with your dog, green ginger freeze-dried raw is a great alternative. Like a hypoallergenic pet food, basically. But for different reasons. For the reason that this has limited ingredients. So let's open. This is what it looks like. So we usually would rehydrate the freeze-dried raw. We just put equal parts of the pellets with equal parts of bottled water. And then we leave it sit overnight. Usually we let it soak. You can see once it's really fully soaked, you will be able to see that it looks just like real meat. Now, right now I don't have all that time, and oftentimes you won't either. It is absolutely recommended to rehydrate freeze-dried raw, but you don't have to, it's not mandatory. But it will make the diet much healthier, much more natural. So I am just going to leave this sitting here for 5 minutes minimum, maybe a little longer actually. But while we're letting this soak in, I can already add her evening supplements. So I've already talked about medicinal mushrooms this morning, and this evening she also is getting 2 other medicinal mushrooms. So these are different from the morning ones. So this one is Digest and this one is Breathe, both from MycoDog. And again, they both contain different medicinal mushrooms that support different areas of health. So like the Digest is really great for gut health. It helps with IBD, it helps with leaky gut, it helps with the microbiome support just in general. So Again, we're using this for prevention, but you can also use this if your pet already has digestive concern. But maybe just to mention, this wouldn't necessarily be my first choice if your pet has an acute digestive concern. This is more for like chronic digestive concerns and preventing chronic digestive concerns. And then Breathe is cardiovascular and respiratory support. Dropping that in there. And then as a evening probiotic, she is getting Phytosflora today. Phytosflora is my absolute favorite probiotic. Like if you can only get one probiotic, this would be it, because this has 16 probiotic strains and 2 of them are canine specific. So these are the actual probiotic strains that a healthy dog will have in their digestive tract. So yeah, must have. And this is a powder, I'll show you. And she gets 1/4 of a teaspoon. And again, this will last her like so long. This one, we've had this jar since last November. It's August now, so like that's 9 months for a French Bulldog. Like that lasts a long time. So yes, the Adored Beast probiotics can look more expensive compared to other probiotics, but it is actually not really more expensive when you compare it to actual, like how long you use it and how little you use, because the Adored Beast products in general do not have any cheap fillers in there. So you only use a tiny amount of the product. So it lasts a really long time. And again, in the evening, she gets the liver tonic as well, because that's twice a day. This is actually my absolute favorite omega-3 oil. We have a whole video on the reason on why we do not recommend or do not feed Milka fish oil. Definitely click up there if you want to know more. This potency is an algae oil. It's much healthier than fish oil. It has much higher EPA and DHA content in here. It is much better quality, and it is also much more sustainable than fish oil. So definitely have a look at potency. Like omega-3 oils are very important additions to our pet's diet. So we are feeding Milka potency for joint health, skin and coat health. It also supports digestion and all that, brain health, heart health. But again, it is very important that you get a good quality omega oil. Most fish oils I would not recommend. So yeah, potency is also third-party tested, so there's no heavy metals, nothing like that. Last but not least, we have PhytoSynergy. We're adding PhytoSynergy to Milka's daily diet. PhytoSynergy is a superfood, like super superfood. It is so tiny, but this bottle also lasts us like 6 months, more than 6 months, because you only use 1/16 of a teaspoon. So it's tiny, the amount that you're using. So we actually got this 1/16 of a teaspoon online somewhere, so we can properly dose this. It is such a small amount, and PhytoSynergy, we feed this to help prevent cancer and help support the immune system. It offers really good quality nutrition as well. It offers omega-3s, it offers vitamins, minerals. It is so good for the body. We have lots of customers who use PhytoSynergy and then they say, my dog all of a sudden has all this new energy, zest for life. Like, it really helps with the vitality and just nourishing the cells. That is it for her dinner today. Just mixing it a little bit. So here is one more very interesting thing that I would like to geek out on now. If you've read the Forever Dog book by Rodney Habib and Dr. Karen Becker, they talk about intermittent fasting, and also they talk about the health benefits of feeding your dog only once a day. And Larry and I have had so many conversations about it, especially when sometimes you see things popping up like, the healthiest and smartest dogs only eat once a day. So we talk about this a lot, and about the decision whether or not we feed Milka once a day or twice a day. We have decided against feeding once a day, and here's why. Milka loves food. There are definitely dogs that you put the food down and they get to it like 10 minutes later. Those dogs, maybe it would be a great idea to only feed once a day, but Milka absolutely loves food, and we did not want to deprive her of that second meal. Milka, I would like to know why you're drooling like this. Your entire bed is soaked with drool. We were going to fast you today. So like, we do sometimes fast her. We do sometimes, like at least once a week, we'll give her only one meal in a day, and then she'll have a 24-hour fast. But like in the evening, she'd be looking at us like, okay, where's my dinner? You know, so because her love of food, we decided to feed her twice a day, not once a day, on a regular basis. But what we do is we feed her as per circadian rhythm, or we try to anyway, and we try to have only a 6 to 8 hour feeding window. So that means that she will eat when the sun is out, and then she'll eat within, like when she has breakfast, she will eat dinner within the 6 to 8 hours after she had breakfast. And like all the treats and stuff, we generally try to keep that within that 6 to 8 hour window. So that way she still is intermittent fasting every day. I actually asked this question to Dr. Becker at our last event that we attended, and I asked her like, you know, I have a dog who really loves to eat, and I don't really want to deprive her of that second meal. So she said exactly that. Like she said, if you have a dog who really loves food, then the 6 to 8 hour feeding window will still have incredible health benefits of the fasting. And yeah, you're still feeding the individual dog in front of you. Oh, I just realized I forgot to give Milka jumper joints today. I have to give that to her. There are people who will tell you, oh, my dog is raw fed, I don't need to feed any supplements. We do not agree with that. There's so many reasons why raw fed dogs should still be adding supplements. Or people will say, I feed a complete and balanced dog food, dry dog food, or wet food, whatever it may be. I don't need to feed supplements. And honestly, personally, I believe this couldn't be further from the truth. There is incredible research that has been done on medicinal mushrooms, probiotics, and all these incredible supplements that we can add to our pet's food to help enhance longevity, because at the end of the day, I'm creating my forever Frenchie. I want Milka to be the longest living Frenchie ever. And right now it's going amazingly well. She is out there, she's running, she's agile. She doesn't have any of the Frenchie typical things that, you know, other Frenchies are dealing with. So I know what we're doing is right for her. I know what we're doing works, and there are all the studies to support it. You know, but that being said, the pet industry is super unregulated. You do definitely have to check which products you're buying. Definitely stay away from synthetic ingredients, stay away from filler ingredients. We have a video on the dangers of synthetic vitamins and minerals, and that is why we opened Podega. Podega is a safe place for pet parents who care about ingredients to shop safe and non-toxic pet products. And all of the products that you've seen today that we recommend on our channel or on our pet store, all of them are synthetic free and truly 100% natural. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk, I guess. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. It gave you a little bit more about the behind the scenes of Milka's life, of our life, the reason why we do what we do, which supplements we feed her, and all of that. So I hope, yeah, you got some good insights, and let me know in the comments what other aspects of Milka's life you would like to get a glimpse into. And maybe I can do that in one of the next videos. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye.